Gas prices, gas prices, gas prices. Okay, gas prices have been terrible. Like I remember when we were kissing up to $6. Now we're having it being estimated that this is going to go up to $8. Okay, so Gavin Newsom and generally just the extreme elites in the California, like just state politics, you already know that they're out to get gasoline, wipe them out, and they want to kiss the butt of China, CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, to basically have us be completely dependent on electric vehicles and relying completely on like even like almost I don't want to say inoperable, but defunct and inefficient power grid system that we have here in California and across the globe. I mean, and all under the guise of like saving the planet while they use child labor to go over again with the cobalt mines. They take advantage of individuals all over Africa where a lot of these mines are at. And then they have like these ridiculous charging stations that are popping up everywhere that you see some poor person sitting there like late at night or super early in the morning charging, just waiting in their car, staring at their phone, just waiting for the damn thing to get charged because they one can't afford it at their home, because they don't own a house, or the apartment they're at are not going to install these super expensive car chargers, or like what happened at my local gym where they bulldoze a bunch of trees in order to shove in a bunch of Tesla car chargers. Saving the planet. It's all BS. It's always been BS. It always will be BS. It's not efficient. It's not the best way of doing business. It's like, and you're just taking that pollution and you're putting it somewhere else, making someone else's problem. Go figure. Anyways, here's talking about this article today about the two refineries that are shutting down. One shutting down later this year, and then one shutting down 2026 due to new laws. And basically, this Gavin Newsom trying to choke these people off as much as possible. Of course, he's already gone on record by blaming them, saying, "Oh, they just want to price gouge." You know, where were all these industries that hate Gavin Newsom supposedly during the recalls? Where were they when we had him on the ballot? I mean, I hate to always be like, I hate to be on Gavin's side because I'm not, but where are these people that hate him so much and are against his policies and don't want anything to do with him, want him out of the state? Like, where are they? Because I'll tell you what, during the recall, really, it was just people on the ground grinding away every weekend, every evening, just grind. And where were all these big industries? Like, Gavin bought his way out of the recall. He bought his way out, sold us all out to unions. Unions took advantage of him. Basically, like I said earlier, we tied him up with a recall, but then we unfortunately, without knowing, handed the rope to all these unions that just took full advantage of them. But again, where are all these industries that hate Gavin or don't want him around? It's just all right. We'll stay focused. Okay, so according to the article, one major refinery in the state is closing its door by the end of the year. Yes, here 2025. And last month, another announced it will shut down in 2026. That's led to concerns that fuel supplies across California will tighten. Yes, it will, putting upward pressure on prices. Now, I've read a little bit down here further earlier. It'll affect about 9% of the production value, or no, 9% of the production capacity of fuel. Now, 9% may not sound like a lot, but when you've got millions of people that rely on gas vehicles, including our major transportation, because, you know, the big electric trucks just didn't really work out, nor will they work out, at least not right now. And even then you have a truck that needs to be powered by something that can, God, the size of the batteries and the amount of like pull it's going to take on the electric grid is just freaking ridiculous. But yeah, about 9% of our oil refining capacity is going to be shut down, which is not good. California has been pursuing policies to move away from fossil fuels for the past 20 years. Valero CEO Lane Riggs said in a conference call with financial analysts. And the consequence of that is the regulatory enforcement environment is the most stringent and difficult of anywhere else in North America. Yes. The Valero announcement comes just months after another energy company, Phillips 66, announced it will shut down its twin Southern California refinery facilities in Carson and Wilmington. Okay, so that's actually two. So that's two refineries. So we're looking at three total refineries. Like, yeah, that's going to hurt. At the same time, the amount of gasoline that California drivers consume has been declining. The big reasons include the lingering effect of the work from home phenomenon. Not really. No. Like, in the Bay Area and other parts of California, Los Angeles, they're still trying to make the work from home a thing, but managers are quickly catching on that their employees are just not being productive. And they're not. I mean, come on, man. You're hanging out at your house all day long by yourself. or with your, maybe with your family. I don't know. Really, how productive are you being? And if you're doing one of the most important jobs in the world, stay-at-home mom, the most important job, really, how productive are you being with your kids running around all over the place and taking care of them? I'm not banging on you, but I'm just saying, let's be honest. Most managers I know don't want people working from home. They want them at work, socializing, being managed, being supervised, and being productive. I know some people get away with it. Good on you. Go team. Majority of people, not so much. So I don't believe it's the work from home phenomenon that occurred during the lockdowns that Gavin eventually had to release because he was getting recalled. Has reduced fuel demand. No, I believe that's because the cost of living keeps going up. Inflation keeps going up. A lot of businesses in California were shut down due to these lockdowns. Business pushed out, and people just don't have the money to travel around. They just don't. Also, cars have been getting more fuel efficient. Heck, even my I had a Dodge Challenger Hellcat for a while. Fun car, super great. Got stolen by a bunch of thugs when I was at a work site, but it even had, that's cute, they're showing a Hummer. It even had a fuel efficient mode, like a little leaf where you click the leaf and then you get like the power of like a really powerful scat pack. But then it had like fuel efficiency of like 21 miles per hour, sometimes even more, depending on how you're driving. So even that had a fuel efficient little button you could press. It was still a super fun car to drive. And then whenever you really wanted to have fun, you push that Hellcat button and boom, explode out you go. Like that car, it was lots of fun. Overpriced though, and then California, of course, made it miserable owning a muscle car like that because one, it lacks crime laws, allowed it to get stolen without any repercussions, but also that just the freaking everything about it was ridiculous. Maintenance was ridiculous, gas prices were ridiculous about it, placement parts, freaking fees, government fees, registration, all that stuff. It's just so overpriced and ridiculous. The gas tax. Gas guzzler tax that basically just goes into politicians' pockets so they can continue to be a prick. All right, so the growth of electric vehicles across the state. Now, kind of, from my understanding, is the purchase and desire of electric vehicles has also plummeted because the realities of them have also come to bear. People don't really want to wait around 2 hours for the car to be charged or to like get a bad deal and spend 30 minutes here and there trying to wait for just their car to get just enough charge to get them past the next few days. And also because that basically restricts their movement. Electricity and charging times is just awful. People don't want to deal with that. So I don't really believe it's the work from home phenomenon or the growth of electrical vehicles. I think it's really just the fact that people just don't have as much money. Things are way overpriced. A lot of small businesses were just absolutely destroyed and devastated. All by Gavin Newsom's policies and extremist lead policies. And really, let's be honest, all by design. Because realty is really nice and cheap when people are forced to sell. Okay. Let me take a look here. So, there are 13 refineries in California, but 5 of them are very small. 8 major refineries account for about 96% of crude oil capacity in the state. And that includes the Valero refinery in Benicia and the Phillips 66 facilities in Carson and Wilmington. So 3 of our largest major refineries. Okay, so we have 8 major refineries that account for 96%, and 3 of them are shutting down. You can't hate Gavin Newsom enough. Literally just killing us just so he could help his old buddies in CCP. Recall Gavin Newsom, people. Recall Gavin Newsom. Get the site, sign it, send it in. For the love of God, pay attention to what's going on and pay attention to what unions will try to back them up and call them out. Okay. Good luck. See you next time.